Hello, I'm David Rose, and here's a look at some of the cases we're working on for Washington's Most Wanted in partnership with Crime Stoppers. And you know, I get it. Sometimes it can seem like we're living in the land of the lawless right now. I promise you, that is not the case. Justice is slower these days, but it's still coming for criminals, especially when they're caught on camera. And if you help speed up the process by identifying them, oh man, I can't tell you how much that is appreciated. So take a look at this next case. The victim of a small grocery store on Capitol Hill hit hard by thieves early last Saturday morning after they smashed out his glass and stole several $1,000s worth of merchandise. Suspect number one was wearing some kind of mask, maybe horror or anime. I don't know what it is, but you get a much better look at suspect number two. Now, both of them were wearing gloves, but all it takes is one good tip from you to put them in jail. All right, people, let's take it from the top. As the guy in the mask standing outside King of the Hill Grocery on East Olive Way in Capitol Hill takes a brick and taps it against the glass before quickly turning away to see if the coast is clear. Then he takes that brick and hurls it against the window. Well, it just bounces off and breaks into pieces. He's just not strong enough. He doesn't give up, though, and starts throwing them at the glass. But still, he can't shatter it.
Finally, the second suspect, he kind of takes over and he takes the brick and he takes it with both hands and like he's throwing it with more force. He actually makes a dent in the glass, then another throw and the glass breaks, and then you'll see the suspects actually go up and they take the glass, shove it out of the way, and then the two of them enter the store.
They head straight for the cash register and the cigarettes.
According to the report, about 26 cartons of cigarette equivalent was taken. You watch them put it into backpacks that they actually carried in. Once they get everything packed up, then they go right back through the broken glass door that they entered through.
Fortunately, the victim's surveillance camera did get some good images of the suspect in the yellow jacket. He's white with blonde hair. Detectives are hoping somebody can identify him. Police say he was seen riding a bicycle.
Here we have a small grocery market, just trying to make a living in this environment that we're in. You got damage to your store, you're missing stuff. You know, this is ridiculous. Somebody knows these guys and we need that information.
And with the distinctive looking mask on the first suspect and the decent look at Blondie, who by the way is left-handed, somebody can surely cash in and get the reward from Crime Stoppers of up to $1,000 per suspect if you can help police identify them. Again, this was in the Capitol Hill neighborhood last weekend. Call 1-800-222-TIPS or text a tip through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Tonight, a backyard burglar alert in the Edgewood area of Pierce County. Keep your barns and tool sheds secured because low-life thieves like these two are going around stealing stuff. Police are hoping you can help identify them after detectives say they stole from a homeowner's shed and barn along Sumner Heights Drive East last Friday around 2 a.m.
The stuff that was taken, I believe, was a chop saw, leaf blower, some miscellaneous tools. The Ring camera system did pick up some footage of a white male suspect who came in and appeared to disable one of his floodlights, his security lights, and then came back and forth on the property a couple of times, removing some things from his shed. He was definitely intent on committing a crime because he comes in, he goes to the lights to disable them, and then he actually is seen on camera as well, wiping down his fingerprints from the gate that he came through. So he was very intent on committing a crime and then covering up his tracks as he left the process.
The second suspect was only caught on camera for a moment. So it's the guy wearing the backpack with the maroon shirt on who detectives really want you to focus on. They say he's in his mid-20s to early 30s. He's heavy set. He's got short brown hair. If you know who this guy is or you can identify the other suspect, submit that information now to Crime Stoppers of Tacoma, Pierce County. It's anonymous. Call 1-800-222-TIPS and you're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000. Everett police are continuing to work extremely hard to identify the two suspects who smashed out a huge window on a comic shop, causing thousands of dollars in damage before stealing this supersized Funko Pop Batman that can't be replaced. Take a look at this surveillance video. Detectives say it shows the two men they're trying to identify. They crossed Wetmore Avenue after casing the store. Detectives want you to take a look at how they walk, their builds, and their clothing to see if you recognize them. They weren't in any hurry. This was early Sunday morning, October 4th, between 3:30 and 4 a.m. Here's a look at their car. It's a red 2007 to 2009 Mazda 3 hatchback. Everett Police need your help to find that car and those suspects.
If anybody has any leads on the vehicle, they hear rumors of the item being sold, they see pictures that are taken with it on social media, you know your brother now has a 4.5-foot pop, any cousin, anybody, please call the Everett Police Department and share it with us. Our goal right now is to recover the property for the owners, and then we will continue our criminal investigation into that.
Batman belongs to Charlie Needler, who's been in business here for 38 years. The statue was a popular item for families with kids to come in and take pictures with. Funko doesn't make them anymore, so it can't be replaced.
We'd like for it to be returned if they're feeling guilty and find out that, oh, maybe this thing isn't so easy to sell after all, and you know, if they could just drop it off or drop it off at the police station, anything, that would be great.
Well, we're not going to assume that's going to happen. Boy, that would just make our day if somebody would do the right thing and bring it back. But until then, let's get these guys. There's their car. It's a late 2000s model red Mazda 3 hatchback. How many guys you know driving around this car? Look in your neighborhood. Call in a tip. Give us a name to go on. Now, if you have information on where to find Batman or anything to solve this case, Crime Stoppers is going to give you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Call 1-800-222-TIPS or submit that tip through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone. Tonight, King County Sheriff's detectives are hoping you can help a victim dealing with a cascading series of tragic events. First, Jim Beckley's son Michael passed away suddenly at the age of 31 after he moved here to Washington State to start a new job. Then Jim injured his leg while doing repairs on his son's home in Issaquah to get it ready to sell. He was hospitalized for 26 days with an infection in his shin. He had 5 surgeries. He almost lost his leg. On the day he learned that he finally had a buyer for the home on 230th Place Southeast, his feeling of relief was shattered when a thief stole his tractor from the horse barn at the house. So take a good look at it. It's a blue New Holland tractor with a bucket scoop worth about $13,000. It had brand new industrial tires on the front and the original turf tires on the rear. And after everything else that Jim has been through, the theft was just too much.
I guess it just put me more in memories of, missing my son. It was just something that happened on his property. It was, I guess more to me, something that happened against him than against me. But it put me in another couple days of depression where, I didn't get out of bed to do anything.
Whoever took the tractor also stole this purple Yerf Dog Manco Dingo go-kart. Deputies say they were stolen overnight between October 7th and 8th, and they believe there was more than one suspect involved. Now, they're concerned for other homeowners because whoever did it was willing to enter a gated yard to commit the theft.
So the hope is that somebody recognizes a photo of this tractor and has seen it somewhere and can call it in. The victim does have the VIN number for it, so we're able to identify it. It is entered in the system as stolen. So if anybody sees this tractor driving around, that'll obviously be a clue to us that it's probably stolen, and we can check on that.
So here's one more look at the blue New Holland tractor and the go-kart. Call 911 if you spot either of them. Now, if you know who has them or you see them for sale somewhere, please send that information to Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound. You're going to get a cash reward of up to $1,000. You can text the information through the P3 Tips app, or you can call the hotline 1-800-222-TIPS. Tonight, Tacoma police need your help to identify this pair of auto thieves after detectives say they stole a luxury SUV from a car dealership on South Tacoma Way.
We're looking for 2 suspects who broke into All American Motors, located at 6047 South Tacoma Way, on October 9th, just after midnight. They stole a black Cadillac Escalade from the business. The vehicle had dealer plates on it. It did not have a regular license plate. We would just like to locate these 2 so they can have their day in court. The business can get their vehicle back, and we can make sure that this doesn't happen again by these 2.
Well, the vehicle they stole is a 2015 Escalade, like this one, that police say is out there on the road right now. They have not found it. Detectives say both men are black. They're in their 20s. The crook in the camouflage is around 5'9", 200 pounds, and he was wearing a black jacket, red shirt, and gray shoes with his green camo pants. Detectives say the guy wearing the mask weighs around 215 pounds and wore a dark Tommy Hilfiger hoodie. So if you know either of them, you will stay anonymous when you submit the tip to Crime Stoppers of Tacoma Pierce County at 1-800-222-TIPS or through the P3 Tips app on your cell phone, and they will pay you a cash reward of up to $1,000. A convicted felon charged with hitting a couple in their 70s head-on in Marysville last year and then running from the scene pleaded guilty in court this week. Zach Keir, who you see here in Snohomish County Court on Thursday, pleaded guilty to all 4 charges against him. 2 counts of vehicular assault, hit and run with injury, and attempt to elude. Police say after the vehicle collision last year in August, he bolted on foot, leaving behind his girlfriend and a passenger in the back seat who spent a month in a coma. The couple that he hit, Vicky Strickfaden and Larry Austin, were seriously hurt as well. Well, Keir was finally arrested in Sammamish last November by deputies in the King County TAC 30 unit. His sentencing is now set for December 9th. And a pair of murder suspects wanted in Mason County have been caught. Convicted felon Matthew Collette and his girlfriend Kylie Craig were both arrested last weekend in Humboldt County, California. Deputies there say they stopped to help a woman whose car ran out of gas. That woman was Craig. She was immediately taken into custody. And then about 5 hours later, deputies were called to a carjacking and say Collette tried to steal a vehicle at gunpoint from a car salesman during a test drive. Well, the hunt for Collette and Craig started after Mason County Sheriff's deputies found the body of Rochelle Roberts off of Forest Road near the Olympic National Park in the Lake Cushman area earlier this month. Both suspects will be extradited back to Washington State. So that's a look at some of the cases featured this weekend on Washington's Most Wanted. To see the whole show, join me tonight at 11 o'clock on Q13 Fox and Saturday night at 10 on Joe TV. Also 10:30 p.m. on Fox stations in Spokane, Yakima, and the Tri-Cities. Let's make sure these criminals have nowhere left to hide.